What if you could flip a switch in your brain that dialed down the noise and daily anxiety, and instead of it making you feel groggy or all spaced out and crazy, it actually made you feel sharper and more present? Now, most people who struggle with stress usually reach for something like CBD or maybe some sort of prescription anxiety meds. And for a long time, that was like the gold standard and what everybody did. But a massive shift is happening in the world of natural wellness right now, and it's backed by some of the first ever human clinical data. And today we're going to be talking about CBG, or cannabigerol. CBG is nicknamed the mother of all cannabinoids because every other compound in the plant, including CBD and THC, starts life as CBG. Bear in mind that all the studies I'm referencing are all going to be linked in the description below. So now all we got to do is roll a quick intro and then I can give you all the details. Roll that intro, Jerry. So welcome back. My name is John Watkins, and I'm basically your guide for natural wellness here on this channel, and I'm the owner of a company called Ron's Balms and Botanicals, and I've spent a lot of my time working with plant-based solutions to help people reclaim their quality of life, and my goal here is to give you guys the information to bridge the gap between what we call the old world herbal wisdom and like grandma stuff and the new world stuff that actually has clinical studies and science behind it. So, interesting fact number one is what we call the direct messenger for calm situation. So the first thing to know about CBG is it's like a direct messenger to your nervous system. And while CBD acts more like a general manager that helps keep the whole factory that is your brain running, CBG goes to the specific workers, and they're called GABA receptors. So basically GABA is your brain's primary inhibitory neurotransmitter, and it basically is the chemical that tells your brain to slow down and relax. And CBG has been shown to inhibit the uptake of GABA, basically meaning that it leaves more of this calming chemical available in your brain to do its job and help, calm you down. In a groundbreaking 2024 study, researchers found that CBG significantly reduced the self-reported stress and anxiety. An unbelievable 78% of users reported that it was more effective for easing their anxiety than traditional meds or other ways that they had used. Interesting fact number two is what we call focus without the fog. So this is one that shocks most people. Usually whenever we think of like anti-anxiety, we think of things that make us sleepy or completely knocked out or tranquilized. But CBG is unique because it provides relaxation without the drowsiness. In fact, many users report a brightening effect and enhanced mental clarity. This is basically because CBG interacts with your A2 adrenoreceptors, which help regulate your fight or flight response, and the 5-HT1A serotonin receptors, which influence mood and cognitive function. So the data shows that a single 20 milligram dose of CBG can reduce anxiety while actually improving verbal memory and focus. It's basically the perfect tool whenever you need that daytime calm, but you still need to be on your game, whether you're at work or at home or out in public or something like that. Now, before we get to the biggest and most interesting fact of all, I want to give you a little bit of information about my company. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by the options of all the different stuff that you hear about out there, I want to invite you to look at what we're doing here at Ron's Balms and Botanicals. Every single product we offer, whether it's stuff like our topical balms or our ingestible gummies, are made in small batches right here by me and my dedicated team. So we don't do mass production. We focus on quality that you can feel. And since we're talking about CBG, I just happen to have a CBG product right here. This is our Ron's Balms CBG gummies. They are designed specifically for anxiety reduction and improving calming. It also does all the things like what I mentioned, where it improves your mental focus and makes you just generally feel great. This has almost equal parts of CBD and CBG, so you get the entourage effect is basically what it calls. I've gone into more details about this in another video, but I won't waste too much of your time with that here. Now, I always make sure and tell everyone that all of our products are lab tested and the results are available on our website. There's going to be a link in the description. We also ship nationwide, and we're happy to offer free shipping on all orders over $99. Plus, if you're new to our community, you can save 25% on your entire first order by joining our newsletter. The link for all that stuff will be in the description and in the pinned comment. All right, back to the video. Fact number 3, and the most interesting in my opinion, is the non-intoxicating and non-impairing nature of CBG. So a huge concern for people looking into hemp-based wellness is the high. Let's be very clear, CBG is 100% non-psychoactive. Unlike THC, which binds directly to the receptors that cause the high in your brain, CBG has a very low affinity for those receptor sites, and in clinical trials, participants experienced zero intoxication and no drug-like effects. So you can obviously take it in the morning before you go to work and get off and have a productive day and not be stoned out of your mind. So now that we've gone over all those facts, the number one thing that you're wanting to know is, well, how do I use these insights and what do I do? So knowing that everything that I just told you is important, but application is step 2. So if you're going to try CBG for the first time, data suggests that you start with a lower dose, typically around 10 to 20 milligrams, and see how your body responds. If you're wondering how this fits into your larger wellness routine, or if you're specifically struggling with something like getting your brain to turn off at night so that you can go to sleep, I have made another video that is right here, and you can watch that one as your next video if you're curious. In that video, I give you all the details of how CBN compares to melatonin and how you shouldn't take melatonin long term. If you found this video informative, hit us with a like down below. If you got any questions, obviously hit us in the comments because I'm happy to answer any of your questions, and hopefully we see you guys in the next one.